Hello and welcome to Pan Those Eyeshadows, where we are working on using up what we own, particularly duplicates, and curating a capsule eyeshadow wardrobe. We're starting with 4 eyeshadows, and each time I use one up, I'm going to add 2 more in until I come to an amount where I feel like I'm comfortable, I'm not overstretching myself, I'm feeling like I've got too much choice in the morning, but I'm also able to get some variety and make a good dent in the products that I own. So let's see how much progress I've made in the past 3 months. We're starting with this cream eyeshadow that I've taken out of the NARSissist palette. This pan contains 1 gram's worth of eyeshadow, and I'm really interested to see how long it takes for me to use up the entire pan. When I'm using all powder eyeshadows, I put this all over my lid, into the crease and up to my brow bone. And when I'm using cream products, I just use it to give my brow bone just that little bit of evenness and to hide some redness that I've got going on. I used this eyeshadow a total of 6 times in the past 3 months, which is really not a lot, but shows you just how poorly I have been recently. It had 2 uses in March, 3 uses in April, and 1 use in May. Our next eyeshadow is the Maybelline Colour Tattoo in On and On Bronze. Now, previously I have said that I am going to use up as much as I can until my 40th birthday and then recycle the packaging. I've said that I don't want to take this into my 40s. My thinking with that is that I would replace this with the Giorgio Armani Eye Tint. However, I have remembered that I also have a Rimmel eyeshadow stick in a kind of brownie bronze colour. Plus, my thinking was that I would get the Giorgio Armani Eye Tint in, I think it's 68S, and then I could take that to Disneyland Paris when we go in July. But 30 something pounds on an eyeshadow is a lot of money, and given how little I have been wearing makeup recently, I don't want to invest to then get to Disneyland Paris and not wear it at all. I would rather take that money as souvenir money for our family. So I've decided that while I am still enjoying the Maybelline Colour Tattoo and it is still performing well on my eyelids, I will continue to persevere with it until either it comes to the point where it isn't usable anymore or I finish it up. I managed to use the Maybelline Colour Tattoo 3 times in March, once in April and once in May, with a total of 5 times over the past 3 months. Editing Tania here to talk about the 3rd eyeshadow, the Rimmel Exaggereyes eyeshadow stick, because it didn't record. I've been using this eyeshadow stick with the Maybelline Colour Tattoo in Creamy Beige. I use this one all over the lid and up into my crease, and then I use the Rimmel Shadow Stick on the inner half of my eyelid. So they sort of merge together, going from lighter and a bit shimmery into not as light and matte. I will also occasionally use the Rimmel Shadow Stick to highlight the inner corner of my eye. Because I've been focusing on my Maybelline Colour Tattoo in On and On Bronze, I haven't used this a whole lot. It has only had 2 uses in April, and the progress since starting the project in January isn't noticeable on the line on my piece of paper. I think I'm going to start seeing the most chunk of progress once it gets to the point where I need to sharpen it, and then I'm going to see like a proper dent. But for now, there's not a lot to show. And finally, we have the taupe eyeshadow from No7. Now, I had a bit of a mishap and I dropped my makeup bag, and unfortunately, this pan, which was the No7 Taupe eyeshadow, smashed. But all is not lost. I have depotted it and I am going to work on using it as though it was a loose eyeshadow. However, again, with the Maybelline Colour Tattoo being my priority product, I haven't actually used this in the past 3 months. I'm looking forward to sharing my progress on my main 2026 project pan. So if you'd like to see that, please subscribe. I would love to know what your go-to eyeshadows are and how you're getting on with using up what you already own. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.